I went to therapy when I was about to get married. It was called, of course, marriage counseling. But I feel like that's a form of therapy as well. And it opened my mind to a lot of things that I thought I was doing right that I really wasn't doing right. The difference between my therapist and what you said, JoJo, was I grew up with my therapist. It was my pastor. I grew up with my pastor. But I feel like if you make a connection or if you get to know a therapist and you continue to grow with that therapist, then a connection will build and they can start telling you, resourceful things to say or do within your relationship. So I think everybody should try to go to therapy, give it a shot, because I think that a lot of people they don't want to take in or they don't want to try new activities that can help them, especially with their mental.
Right. So, what do you think, Monty?
Well, one, I feel like it probably was a little better for you because you knew him or knew her, so that might have made you more comfortable. I don't knock therapy, but it wouldn't ever work for me. I don't think.
Why?
She's so concerned. Only because honestly, I feel like nobody knows you like you. Like I feel like a lot of times we are in denial about things, but anything that somebody could tell me about myself, I probably already know, and I'm just choosing to ignore it. So that's just my perception. Like I feel like, first of all, you're paying them to listen to you. I'd rather listen or talk to someone who genuinely knows me and can give me advice and tell me if I'm wrong, rather than just pay them to listen. And then I don't know, I feel like their job is to listen and you pay them to listen, so they're gonna keep fucking with your head. Like you go home like, damn, I did do that because what happened in second grade. Like no you didn't. Like no you didn't. You know why you're doing that. So that's just my personal opinion though. Like I don't know.
But if you go to somebody that if you tell your problems to people that know you, everyone does that. But I think that it starts to become a little biased.
It does. That's true. But me, I don't think that has to be the other way. I feel like the only person that can help you is yourself and God. But that's just me. But that's how I feel. Like,
so for me, I personally used to be against therapy because I felt the same. I was like, well, what's the purpose of just paying somebody to listen to you? And I also kind of felt what you said, where it's like, I could just talk to my friends for that. But I do agree with Bree in the sense that it can be biased. Like your friends are going to agree with you, or even if they agree to disagree or tell you about yourself in a way, there's still, I feel like there's going to be, I don't know, like it's your friend. So regardless of the fact, they might not tell you something that they think you need to hear because it might be, something that's not their place to tell you, or something that you're not hearing because, we tell our friends things and we vent. But like if you're in a relationship and you're breaking up or you're going through something with your partner or whatever, you're going to tell your friends, regardless of the advice that they give you, you're going to do whatever you want. And I feel like, we don't respect the opinions of people around us as much because it's like, I just need you to vent. You know what I'm saying? So when you sit in front of a stranger and it's a stranger telling you, well, this sounds like you have these type of problems, I feel like it's more respect. It will click with you more, like you said with marriage. Like your grandparents, your parents could give you advice about marriage, and you're gonna be like, all right, but you think you know what you're doing because this is me. I don't need to listen to you. But when a stranger is telling you, like, no, this is what needs to be done. This is how it's done. Whatever, a professional, it just is a little more respectable, I guess. Also, I feel like a therapist's job is not only to listen, but to, help you see things deeper within yourself. I think that you're right, Monty, as far as it is your responsibility to heal those things. But sometimes we don't know. Like you only know what's taught to you. So, in the Black community, if our parents aren't going to therapy, no one's going to therapy, no one's talking, they're all talking to each other, but they all have the same mindset. So how far are we getting by talking to each other? If we're talking to a professional who can, deep down see the underlying issue and then ask you questions, get your mind racing, you go home and you think deeply and you be like, well, maybe this is what's wrong. And then sometimes they will diagnose you with whatever's wrong, whatever, and then you go from there. So I just feel like it's better to get an outside person's opinion.
That's a good perspective. I agree. I just don't think you need therapy for that. I think you can do that yourself, though. You can self-reflect. You can self-reflect yourself.
I disagree with you on that one because let me tell you.
So you think you need therapy? Everybody needs therapy in life.
To some degree, yes. Let me say this. Wait, at one point, I'm pretty sure everyone has been through some type of
traumatic experience.
Exactly, where they've been low. With me, it was after I had my child. A lot of women, after they have children, they go through that postpartum depression. I didn't know that I was going through that until I was out of it. Like, I remember calling my sister one time and being like, I don't want to be here anymore. And she's like, what's wrong with you? What's
Right.
wrong? Like, you don't realize how bad you are sometimes until you've actually overcome it.
Mhm.
And so when you're going through that, I think that it's important to, number one, reach out to your friends and family members so that they can recognize the signs. But then I think that it's important for them to then instruct you to go to a professional, because like you said, sometimes your friends and family, like, they don't know the best, because we've all been instructed to do something or to just go so far within our community. Whereas professionals, they can go further and they
Right.
can help us further.
Right. And then it's your job to do the work to make the changes
Yeah.
and identify the issues within yourself.
So did you go to therapy during that time?
Yeah.
And
I
you
felt-
and do you feel like you would not be able to come out of it if you would never have went to therapy?
I don't know. During that time, like when I was going through that, I spoke to my pastor a lot. I was speaking to my mom. My mom was like, maybe you should go speak to the pastor. Maybe you should go speak to the first lady. And I was calling them a lot and texting them a lot. I didn't physically go into it, like into a session, but I was talking to a professional that helped me out of it some way,
Mhm.
somehow. So it was me, myself. That's how you get up out of it, is yourself, but you need help. Sometimes people can't get out of it themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Like I said, that's just about for me. I don't
Yeah.
feel like I would need it. I don't feel like it would work well with me. I do a good job self-reflecting and taking accountability. And I might not see it right then and there, and I might be in denial in a moment, but when time passes, I could definitely look back and be like, oh no, I was wrong. I did that because it is my childhood trauma or whatever. Like I'm okay with that. So that's just my personal opinion. I don't think I need to pay somebody to listen to me.
That's understandable.
I just feel like the only therapy that I probably would partake in is relationship therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Only for the simple fact that, like, say if I have a problem within my relationship and I go to my boy about it, he's gonna give me a biased opinion because he's my boy,
Right.
and vice versa. If she goes to her friend, they're gonna do the same thing.
Mhm.
Now, if we go to a therapist that doesn't know neither one of us, they're gonna tell us like what we need to hear
straight
and
up.
how do they feel about the situation, instead of us
Mhm.
going to a friend that's only looking from it, only
From your
looking at it,
perspective,
from my
And
perspective.
then you're probably gonna tell it to make yourself look good, your
Yeah.
part. So I understand.
But also sometimes in relationship therapy, therapists recommend you do it separately.
Yeah.
Because there's issues that you have, like some people's communication, it could be, well, she don't respect me because she cheated on me, or he cheated on me and they did this and they said this, and you're only looking at the outside, but deep down inside it could be your communication issues. It could be your response from, your past trauma, your response to anger, how you handle your anger. Some people don't know how to handle it, and your friends can only do but so much. So they can give you, techniques. They can give you different ways to handle it, and then you think about it like, well, damn, because this is a whole person that don't know me. It's not my friend. It's not my mom. It's not my girlfriend's mom. It's not anybody else. It's someone that has absolutely no idea who you are. So yeah, I think it's a good outlet.
And
for
you feel like you
everybody,
can't
though.
get that from anybody but to pay a
No,
stranger?
I feel like it's
I'm
it's
genuinely
possible.
asking.
No, I get it. I'm
really
not mad at
asking.
you.
I'm not against therapy. I'm just asking.
I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying I feel like for me, I think everyone in their lifetime should try it.
At least
It might not work
once.
for everyone because there's millions of people in the world. We're all different.
Mhm.
But I do think, and then also another thing for me, I sometimes have moments where, I have days where I'm just crying, I'm sad, I'm depressed, and you don't always want to put that on your friends. You don't always want to put that on your family. I feel like having a person that I could talk to that I don't have to see on daily, that I could just go and release all my emotion and leave, and I could go home to my friends and they don't need to know that I'm depressed and that I'm stressed. Like, no, it becomes a lot because I have had friends. I had a friend that committed suicide earlier this year.
Sorry to hear that.
It's okay. But yeah, so it's a lot of things. Like people deal with a lot and they don't want to always put that on their friends. So they could put on a smile with you and express their emotions, and you're gonna be like, well, you're okay, and this and that, and they're still gonna be sad after. They don't know how to deal with it. Well, I'm okay, and you're telling me these motivational words, but what do I do with these emotions?
And you know what I hate? I hate when you go to like a friend or a family member and they try to give you encouraging words, but then they turn it around and flip it to what they've been through. Like, we not talking
Everybody
about what
everybody
you've
different.
been
I don't like
through.
that. I don't like that. But that's why when it comes to me and my friends, I pretty much just tell them like, there's nothing I can say to make you feel better, but you just have to know that I'm here. That's it. Because it's like I'm gonna waste my time telling you a whole bunch of.
That's how
honestly,
people feel. That's
I'm
why
gonna
people
waste
should
my
talk
time
a
trying to
professional.
encourage you or relationships. Like you're gonna go back. Like it's just I'm just here to listen. Like I don't even be feeling like giving my opinion anymore. Like no, you're right. I understand why you said that, and that's just that. Like because you can like literally nothing. When somebody really down bad, like there's nothing you can say that's gonna make them. They have to get out of that themselves or with therapy. But yeah, like you can't help them. So and then if you really love them, you become drained yourself from them telling you all their
and that's why
problems. So-
therapy works. And like another thing, I think it will mostly, like, especially in the Black community, there's a lot of parenting, tips and tricks that they have that really don't work. And I feel like, for example, in my experience, I didn't have the best relationship with my mom growing up, and I felt like now that I know what I know now, because I've done the self work,
You did the self work without therapy?
but I could do more. I need therapy. That's not the point. I've done some growing, okay? And I see now that her behavior was due to the trauma that she's endured in her life. But everyone around her, I felt, though, even though they would give her their opinions and stuff, they were still enabling her in some way.
They enable them.
So in that instance, I feel like for that type of scenario, therapy would help her, because hearing a professional tell you, well, maybe you handled that wrong. Maybe that was because, of what your parents did to you. And this is how you're supposed to, get a better response from your children and things like that. That is where it helps. It just helps you see different perspectives. But yeah, that's pretty much. I think everyone's different. You can't force nobody to go. You can't.
Nah, it definitely helps though. I went to therapy twice in my lifetime. The first time, my school made me go. I had to go to anger management, so that was a therapy I had to go to after school in order to stay in school. And like just talking, like I didn't know this guy, but just talking to him about my problems and why I may lash out, like it kind of helped me. Like, I got somebody who actually want to sit here and listen to what I gotta say, so that helped. And then as I got older, I was kind of against therapy. Like when I had to go to for marriage, I was against it because, for one, it was my wife's pastor. Like I don't know him, he know her. Like he watched her.
He
grow up.
biased. He probably thought he was gonna be biased.
I'm gonna walk in, he gonna make me look bad. So we
He gonna find
I was
somebody
against
else.
that. I was against it at first, and then I'm like, I gotta do this in order to get married. Like he ain't gonna marry us if we don't do it. So I sat down and he started asking me about God. Like you into God? And I'm like, I mean, I believe in God, but I ain't. I'm not deep into religion. And he goes, oh, why? I'm like, cause I'm not. So we kind of like.
And then he hits you with a question like, well, why?
So I'm like, I didn't really want to get into it. Like, what we here for? To get married or to talk about God? So, but he was like, nah, that's a part of marriage. God is a part of marriage. So he started, breaking shit down for me. And then the more we went, the more I was like, nah, he cool. Like he started rocking with me. He started telling my wife things that she shouldn't be doing. So I'm like, all right. And he started telling me things I shouldn't be doing. So at the end, it kind of worked out. So now I have a different judgment when it comes to therapy. Like I definitely do it again if I need it.
Yeah, so that's why I say, everybody watching, I recommend y'all to go to therapy.
At least try it, I guess.
Once in your lifetime, money, you gotta try.
Yeah, no. Anyway, moving on. The next question I got is: are you responsible for someone else's perception, even if you are 100% honest? So, what I mean by that is, I seen a conversation on Instagram, and this guy and this girl was dating. And he pretty much told her, like, I just got out of a relationship. I'm not really looking for anything. He kept it real. She still chose to do wifely duties. She cooked. She did his laundry. She did those things because she liked him. She probably loved him. And at the end, like a couple months in, she pretty much was just like, what are we doing? Like, and he was just like, what do you mean? What are we doing? We're dating or whatever. Like we're not anything, but we just doing whatever we doing. And she was just like, that's unfair because you're allowing me to do all of these wifely things knowing that you don't want that right now. And his argument was that I was honest with you. You still chose to do those things. So why are you trying to penalize me for your actions? So that's kind of like where I got my question from. So what do y'all think? Should you be responsible, or should you be responsible for their perception, or all you can do is be honest?
Be honest. That's all. It's not fair for you to take responsibility for someone else's perception.
So in that situation, you feel like
he wasn't wrong?
No, I don't think he was wrong at all.
No.
Like he
I
was
feel-
upfront in the beginning.
No.
I disagree, because I feel like
Jojo.
what?
I disagree because I feel like it's to a certain extent. Like at some point, you have to stop accepting that. Because if I tell a guy, I don't want to be with you, but yet he's sending me money, he's taking me out on dates, he's bringing me on trips, he's giving me, and I keep taking it and I keep taking it and I keep going and I keep hanging out with him. What impression am I giving? Because I've met a lot of people that be like, I don't want a relationship, and then a few months down the line they be like, I like you, I thought I didn't want a relationship, I've done it, we're all, you know,
But your
kind of-
mind can change though. That's not the problem.
but that's
His
what I'm
mind
saying.
wasn't
So
changing.
his mind
His
didn't
mind
change,
wasn't
but it's
changing.
there's instances where it does. So if you're still accepting that behavior, if you're still letting her, you're dropping your laundry off, or you're letting her sit there and wash it, and you're inviting her over, and you're eating her dinner, and you're sitting in an intimate meal, what do you really give? What impression are you giving her?
He's living luxury.
No, you're giving her, you're using her at that point. So it's
That's
like you
not-
have to be
That's not
honest.
fair.
That's her fault. He
No,
told her
no,
from the
it's
door.
both
Told her from the
parties.
jump, like I ain't.
No,
this is not what I want, but
no.
we can have fun along
It's
the way.
different if he, like for what you said. Oh, I think I'm starting to like you. If he gave that conversation, all right. But if he didn't say any of that and she continued to do it, that's her fault.
Yeah,
It's
Okay,
not her
but if
fault.
he really didn't want it and he's seen,
He don't want the relationship. He want to do. He
What-
want all
what
of the
guy
benefits.
does not-
What
what
person
guy
doesn't
does not
the
want that?
benefits of it?
I don't gotta wash my clothes. while
I know it's selfish.
I'm getting
Yeah.
cooked
Man.
meals.
We're not
like-
saying that. We're not saying that he doesn't like her. We're just saying that he doesn't want to be in a relationship with her. It's okay to like a person and you exchange these type of actions with each other. That don't necessarily mean that you're gonna be in a relationship and then marry each other. Like y'all just
True.
like each other.
but she ain't thinking like that. That's the problem.
and
That's her
So
fault.
I feel like okay, I can see.
So
what
you
y'all
feel like
saying.
he shouldn't accept it though? That's what you feel like?
Yeah, I feel like at some point, if you know the person, you should know them well enough. If they want to cook for you and clean for you, you should be like, I just want to make sure that we still on the same page. Like I feel like, how long has this been going on? We need details. Like how long I've been doing your laundry? Because now it's like, what are
But
we
why
doing?
are you doing his laundry?
Why is she doing it? Who knows? But
Because
she
she
doing
trying
it.
to
He
get
letting
that
her.
position. She trying to
But
eventually
exactly,
get there.
no, but he made it clear that he just got a relationship. He
So
does not
question,
want
y'all
that
are
right
telling me
now.
that y'all have never met somebody and been like, I don't want a relationship. I'm not really looking to be serious, and then got serious.
But that's not the
Yeah.
the
But
have
question.
y'all
That's
done
not
that?
the question. Yes, your mind changes. Yes, but
okay,
Yeah.
Not
y'all
me.
have done that.
that
Oh,
happened,
no.
but that's not the question though.
So you've done that, Breeze.
Yeah, I definitely sent the we just gonna be friends.
And then ended up being like, nah.
and what
nigga.
happened? What
They
happened?
did now I'm fucking married. I
Do not say it like that.
I definitely said that we could just be friends.
Okay, so how did that work out? Did
I
you
was
have
gonna
another
ask that, but I
conversation?
ain't-
Because all
I don't
this,
even-
all the stuff that was happening that I was enjoying once I sent that text, it was on some we delete my number, I'm gonna delete yours, and we not gonna talk no more.
And
I'm
that's how
like,
you
damn.
supposed to come.
And
I'm
then what
like,
happened
damn.
after? What happened after
He
that?
Well,
realized
I-
he couldn't lose you.
I,
Like,
I,
Period.
we
So
could- we
that's
could
where
move
she
past
goes
it.
wrong.
that's what I would do. Like
That's
if
why
you
it's her
if you
fault.
show me your energy, I'm just gonna match it. Okay, I wouldn't even be mad at you. Like, but we don't need to converse if we're not on the same page.
Right.
She trying to convince him. You're not gonna convince him. Somebody when they want you, they're gonna know they want you. She's not gonna convince him.
That's very true.
As soon as he said that, she should have been like, "Well, we either gonna do this, or
Yeah.
we gonna do that."
Right.
And if he chose that, then that's
Everything else get cut
that's
off.
your choice.
Right.
Like you either gonna stick with what he wants to do, or you're gonna leave.
She really
She-
liked him too. Then
Yeah.
well, obviously.
But I feel like, okay, so that's her part. It's both parties because I still feel like you still accepting it. Yes, if you don't want a relationship and you see that she's starting to be, asking you, like after that conversation, it should have been, if she ain't cut it off, he should have.
So honestly, if you like a man, you like him,
Mhm.
you just not ready for a relationship, and he showers you with gifts, you're gonna stop it.
no.
No, but no,
no,
She
no.
is not stopping
First of
it.
all, I would stop it if it got to a certain point.
Let's
Like
refer to previous episodes. She is not stopping.
previous, first off, I've never really had guys shower me with gifts, but that's
you
beside
gonna
the point.
take it.
I
You
would
said you want
take it
that-
at
you want
first,
that
but then if
rich
he like-
cheetah, right?
If he like that I do, but like if he's showering me with gifts and then I'm accepting it and then I'm like, well, look, I don't want a relationship, so you're not obligated to do these things for me because we're not in a relationship. And then he still chooses to do it. If I get the vibe that he still wants a relationship from me, I'm gonna be like, I would cut it off because I don't want that responsibility. I'm gonna feel like I owe him something at that point. Like, all right, you're
Not
doing
true.
a lot. Like, I don't want you dropping me off. I don't want to go on dinner with you because then it's like we're not dating. Because then I feel like when you get realistic, people start questioning you. They start talking to you like
they
y'all
start
dating, and
moving
you're like, "What are we
crazy.
doing?" I'm not gonna do that because I'm start getting
All
uncomfortable.
right, so can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
If you was to get a sugar daddy, right?
Uh-huh.
Sugar daddies do all of that, all everything that you just said, they do.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna cut them off?
Well, sugar daddies. Well, what's
That's
the
a
terms of
little
our
different.
relationship?
No.
Nah, a
But
sugar
that's
daddy's
their purpose,
different.
though. But
It's
that's
the same.
the-
They just
Because
Because
not-
we're
Yeah.
purposely, I'm purposely taking gifts from
Yeah.
you. I'm not dating you regardless.
But how do so he like? Is it true that he likes her? She doesn't know.
I gotta go back to the messages. I gotta go back to the messages.
Because if he never told her like, "Yeah, I like you," this, that, and the third, it's the same thing.
But that's still selfish.
No, it's not. That's her fault. She played herself.
Bree, what
Nobody
would you
told
do?
you to be doing all of this. Like,
if a
that's her
guy's
fault.
bringing you on dates and doing all these things, and then you're like, well, look, I really like you, but I'm not ready for a relationship right now, and he continues to do it, but he's given the energy that he wants a relationship. Are you gonna keep it or
Well, she did
cut
it
him
for
off?
6 months.
See, that's on her.
Yeah, y'all want me to read it or
Thank
no?
you.
Read it again.
Y'all want to read it or no? Okay. So, all right. She said, "Baby, you still up?"
See?
He said,
She
"He
called
said,
her
yeah."
baby.
He said, "Yeah, but I only have a few minutes to stay up. I have to get enough sleep. I need to he needs to work.
Tell her his business.
He has
that's
to
his
work.
bitch.
He has to work later." She said, "Okay, baby, I just wanted to talk about something that has been bothering me for some time now." He said, "Is it very important? Because you could save it for later. My eyes are closing." So she said,
like
"No."
he do not like.
Thank you.
How your eyes closing while you typing? Like
He is not jacking her,
He
but
said you gotta go to work.
she said, no, we need to discuss it right now. He said, okay, what's up? I need you to answer each question honestly. He said, okay. She said, who am I to you? He said, funny, you're my girl, like being sarcastic. She said, what do we call this relationship in definite terms? You're my friend. This is friendship.
He do not like her.
So she said, friendship, we have sex. I cook for you. I come over. I do your laundry. I do everything I can for you. He said, can we skip this talk, please? I need to sleep.
Yeah,
So
she said, cut his ass off, please.
She said, no, we're trashing this right now. How can I wait 6 months like this? You need to confirm what I am to you. CJ, his name is CJ. Don't tell me you're going off. And he said, no, I'm thinking of what I'm gonna reply. She said, it's simple. This relationship needs a label in all caps, by the way. He said, you know, I never really asked you to do those things. I never asked you to come to cook, clean, help me with anything. You're just a friend at best. So she said, what do you mean? I've been here giving you everything, my time, my body, all my efforts. I put everything into this, hoping that you would deem me worthy to call this a relationship. I've been in this for 6 months. He said, but who told you to start though? Honestly, we met 6 months ago. I told you I wasn't ready for a relationship.
That's my nigga.
I just got off.
Look,
Listen. He said, I just got out of a broken one. You caught feelings. You decided to stay in this even though I didn't give you any assurance, and you want to blame me? She said, when a girl comes over to cook for you, gives you sex, does your laundry, what do you call that? He said, exactly what I said. I never asked you though. I don't intend to get into any relationship in the near future. I made that clear, but you still decided to do all of those things as a girlfriend. So I gave you the liberty. I respected your feelings, but to be clear, no one in this world will fault me for this. And that was it.
I don't follow him at
She
all.
probably-
No.
she probably felt like she could change his mind. Like, all right,
But
he
that's
don't
what I'm
want that.
saying. It's
I'ma
people
prove-
do
I'ma
that.
prove him, you know.
Wait, I got it.
And he let her call him
Wait,
baby.
this
like,
the last part though. She said, you fucking use me. He said, on the contrary, you use yourself. You don't know the importance of communication and relationships. You hadn't.
he don't.
If you hadn't come to your senses now, we could have continued this for years, and you'll watch me give you an invitation card to my wedding. Damn.
That was messed up.
She
That was
said,
mean.
you're a
I
heartless.
stretched it
He
out.
said,
Oh,
she said,
shit.
you're a heartless soul. He said, no, I'm not heartless. And then, wait.
At this point, he's just
He
violating.
said, no, I'm not heartless. In fact, I'm the kindest man you've met. Only other guys would just give you false reassurance to keep getting the sex. I came out real with you. Then she said, you'll never find happiness. He said, don't be petty. And then basically them going back and
No,
forth.
So now
that
they
if
hate each
he's
other.
someone's having sex, he's letting you possibly, stay, cook, do his laundry. Like, you're giving her a false impression. He just don't want the title so he could do his own thing. You are in a relationship, my guy. I'm
No,
sorry
he's
to tell you.
not.
He
He's
told
not.
he
Yeah.
told
He's
her
not.
what it was.
Why? A nigga's not staying. If we're not dating, you're not staying here. I'm like, bro, go home.
And you know what the crazy?
That's her fault.
You know what the
She
thing
let-
is?
That's his
Hey,
fault.
But
She
why you
let
let
her
her stay though?
him.
Why you let her stay?
Why you let her
Why
call
you-
you? If a nigga be like,
Niggas
babe,
do that.
if a nigga calls me
It's just a
babe, I'm like,
word.
I'm not your babe. Stop calling me that.
No.
He's not gonna be like, babe.
a
I'm
lot
like,
of
yes.
a lot of females, a lot of people use that term loosely.
No, for
anyway.
real.
do
People
not.
be calling me babe.
Baby
I don't
girl.
call
People-
nobody babe.
People use them
Motherfuckers say they
terms.
love you. Like, they even throw
Please
that word
don't.
around. But damn well they don't love you.
Exactly.
Love you.
That's
I-
her fault.
I feel like 75% of it falls on her, and I feel like
95.
25% falls on him as far as just like morals and like values and things like that. Like, because at the end of the day, yes, you were honest, but
At some point, you become
know
a
how she
dickhead.
feel.
Exactly.
So you know how she feels. So if you want to be completely honest with yourself, you are kind of using her. If you don't want to move forward, and then you're talking to her crazy at the end. So, but I feel like most of it is on her because at the end of the day, you should have been left.
How
honey.
many times should he have said it though? That's my question.
He should have cut it off though.
Exactly.
He said it once.
He said it, but he let it go. Like, at some point, you become at fault because as a human being, it becomes fucked up to let somebody sit in your face. She calling me babe. She probably cooking for him and kissing on him and rubbing on him. He just letting her do it.
Prior to this, prior to them going back and forth with each other, he said that they were friends, right? I would let my friends do that. Like I would let my
Wait,
friends
he said that
come
in the
in.
same message, or that was before.
What happened?
Like prior to this, he said that they were friends. But no, because niggas have told me we was friends. We was not friends. That's just a saying, bro. I'm telling you. I'm
No.
on her side.
You have okay. he's going through the right steps though. He told her in the beginning that he don't want a relationship, right? He's being honest with her. Look how he's talking to her. That's not how a boyfriend would talk to a girlfriend, period. So
Alright.
like he's
Yeah,
setting
that's
it
what makes
up.
her wrong. But
She is wrong. I don't think that he should take any accountability in this.
He's
at
not
all.
giving her no signs in them being in a
he's
relationship.
wrong. He could have said it like at some point. He could have said it like I would say it one more time, and then that's it. I'm cutting it off.
And then
If
what if she continues to do it?
She's not gonna be able to be
Freely.
around me.
Freely.
I'm gonna just have to ghost you at that point because I'm telling you I don't want it. If you're calling me babe, and she probably telling him she love him because she sound like one of those, and he
Certified lover girl.
he want to take me on dates and cook for me, and he's doing boyfriend things. I'm gonna be like, I'm not your babe. I don't love you back. I'm sorry. We're
But
just
that's
friends.
somebody. How you explain it is somebody that doesn't like the person, like somebody
you-
that's just
she
No,
clearly
even
likes
if
him.
I
I feel like it sounds like they like each other. He's just not ready for a
no, he
relationship.
sound like he do not like her.
He don't like her. He don't like her.
Yeah.
He like the
they
benefits.
like
He don't
each
like
other.
her.
They just not
What
ready
made
for
you
a
think that he
relationship.
like her?
Like they sound like friends.
Nah, you
No,
never
you
know
sound
though.
like
No.
my friends.
Better not talk
You
to me
never
like that.
know. He probably
Look,
do
wait.
is just she's doing to
He
him.
need therapy.
They said nah, he wrong. He could have mentioned it again. And someone else said, I don't think he's wrong. He was upfront. It looks like a friend with benefit situation.
Yeah,
That's
he was
what
Only
it sounds
he's
like.
receiving
He was
benefits.
honest from the jump.
Nah, she
like,
get benefits for fake.
What do I get? Dick?
yeah.
And I cook, clean, do
Yeah.
laundry.
Now, well, yeah, she
That's
did.
all
Now-
it takes
Hell
sometimes.
But
I don't want that.
Nah, okay, don't stretch it.
That's all it
It's a
takes
little
sometimes.
unfair because he never got to explain what he do inside of this friendship. So
He don't
it's a
do shit.
little-
He
I
don't
can
do
tell.
shit. He would have said it. He don't do
He
shit.
do. He's swinging it.
changing her tires.
That ain't
and
enough,
stuff.
baby. That's not enough. You can get that
Shit,
anywhere.
it
That
got
ain't
her
enough.
cooking, washing clothes. He probably do a little ass eating on the side.
Nah,
You feel
he
me?
do.
And he
I
don't,
can feel it.
he
He
don't
do.
got to deal. This the thing with men. He don't have to deal with the drama side. It's just fun.
That's
for
what he
him.
wants.
He's
He wants
cooking.
the benefits with no title.
I mean, she's cooking, washing his clothes. If it go left and drama pops up, he don't have to deal with it. You're not my shorty. You're not my girl.
That's selfish.
So it's just fun for him.
Yeah.
It's
Selfish.
not
That's
And it's
selfish
not
because
fun for her.
It's not selfish because he told her from the
One
door.
time 6 months ago, my
But,
girl,
look, my
6
thing
months
is,
ago,
my thing is though, my thing
and you've
is
been letting
though,
me sleep here every night since. But
my
I'm not
thing
your
is though,
girlfriend.
he presented her with the contract. She chose to sign it and keep going on.
Okay.
Oh my god, yo.
That was her fault. That's her fault. If she knew that, that's like if a dude tells
What?
you that and you know that that's not what you signed up for, you're not gonna fuck with him.
Why would a woman do that in the beginning?
Thank you.
If some
Well,
man
she's a
tells
little
me-
weird, anyways.
So it's her. It's her.
But he
fault.
was fucking with
Why
her.
did she started in the
But I
beginning.
do feel like he's not wrong. I just feel like
It's 50-50 for me.
no, I think it's 75-25.
No, 50-50.
And I just feel like morally, he's not wrong, but I feel like morals and ethics, like you're using her.
So
You're using
listen,
her.
so
Like,
y'all
you,
have
you
your own
want all
apartment.
the benefits of it, but you don't want anything else that you know she's want, and you know that she is trying to convince you that she's the one. I feel like it's just selfish. It's just wrong. Like
I would feel bad.
honestly, like I'm just saying
I feel
morals.
bad for her.
As
but
far as
she
No,
morals,
if
that's
I was
all I'm
him, I would
saying.
feel bad. Like if y'all had your own apartment, and would y'all let somebody who you don't want to date sleep there all the time, cook for you, do your laundry, have sex with them consistently,
Why
call
not?
you babe, tell you all these things, and just let
Why
it be?
not? I don't gotta do it. I'm just going to work, coming
That's
home to a
different.
meal, my
Living
clothes
life.
She
washed.
said that's different.
It's
You
living
feel
life.
me? Hit it when I want to.
And for her, 6 months was too damn soon. I ain't doing nobody laundry for in 6
Nah,
months.
That's
She
why it's her
wasn't doing
fault.
laundry,
Exactly.
period.
That's
Like,
why it's her fault.
He's
But
not
just like you
holding
said,
her
it's too
hostage.
soon.
He's not saying you gotta come here. That's her choice. But
I
he let her know
guess.
from the jump, like, this is not what I want. I don't want a relationship.
She had a choice.
She's tried to
She
win him
chose
over
the
and she
wrong
failed.
one.
You failed, baby girl. You
Super
failed.
wrong, nigga.
That's all
Nah.
that was.
So he's not wrong. Moral of the story.
Yeah.
We could just agree to disagree.
All right, so we're gonna go into the next topic, right? So name something that was traumatic, like a traumatic moment in your life that changed you. Like it could have been anything. It could have been becoming a parent, it could have been losing a job, a 9 to 5, and you start your own business, and like it changed you to make you a better person. But you're thankful that you went through it. Like you're like, yo, if I wouldn't have went through that, I wouldn't be here. So do y'all have any moments in your life where y'all went through something that made you a better person and you're thankful that you went through it?
Yeah, we don't really want to relive them, but
That's why we need therapy. So we can move on. Let me think.
I'll go first.
Okay.
So I had a big falling out with a best friend of mine, and I would feel like I definitely needed that in order to look back and realize that I wasn't the friend that I was supposed to be. So it was really hurtful losing. Like, we was friends for 5 years. So it was really, really, really hurtful. It was a traumatic experience. I'm not being dramatic, but I definitely needed that to look at life differently and appreciate people and certain things. And I don't know, it just taught me a lot. And that was kind of what caused me to go through my whole self-reflection and just taking full accountability for everything that I do and say. So yeah, I don't really want to go into detail, but yeah.
You,
What about
you, Joe?
y'all?
I'm sure.
I'm
Thank you.
thinking. Me too.
I think mine would be losing my job that I loved. So a
Mhm.
lot of people don't know this, but I study mortuary science. I was telling y'all, mortuary science is just being a funeral director or being a mortician.
Mhm.
And so I was working for a funeral home, and one day the funeral service that I wasn't working with went bad, and he fired everybody. And I was so dedicated to this job. It was really a toxic environment. Like, it was bad. I was stressing a lot. My hair was falling out. I was losing weight, but I like doing, like, I
Enjoyed the
liked
job.
it. Yeah, it was something that I want to pursue. But, looking back on it, I realize now that I'm outside of that environment that it wasn't healthy for me.
Mhm.
It was toxic, and I felt kind of used because I was really taking on all of the responsibilities of being a funeral director when I
Mhm.
wasn't a funeral director.
Right.
So I kind of, learned how to embrace myself a little bit more, stand up for myself a little bit more, like what I am or what I'm not going to do in the
Right.
future going on. So that's one thing that was a little traumatic for me. I cried and everything. I
For real,
came
you
in.
was sad?
It's not a little traumatic. If it was traumatic, it was traumatic to you.
Yeah, I would be sad too if I love my job. and somebody
Yeah.
was
Especially
not.
when you're so invested in something and so
I was
dedicated.
And it could just be
my
taken away from
all,
you. It's
right.
Just like
Oh,
that.
dang.
Just like I was giving my all.
But
to
that just
funeral
really
home.
show you that everything is subject to change. Like, I never really felt like that. I just feel like, nah, this is set in stone. Like, this person gonna be here, this is gonna be that way. And then my dad kept telling me, like, stop thinking like that. Like,
Mhm.
everything can change. Like, somebody could wake up 10 years from now in a relationship, like, I don't want to be with this person no more.
Mhm.
After 10 years, so everything can change. And then now looking at it, it's just like everything do change. Like, looking now, we wear masks every day. Like, we was not doing that. Like, so yeah, that just shows you that anything could change.
Y'all too have any?
I probably would say, like, from all my life, like my early 20s, I always invested in myself. Like, I always, if I had something I wanted to do, I always had a vision to, all right, I'm gonna save this amount of money so I could be able to do this program or take this course
Mm.
to better my, like, to keep going forward. So I had got to a point in my life where I took a big sacrifice to the point where, like, I couldn't work. Like, if I gotta go to this program for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But the times that I had to go there, it was work hours. So I'm like, all right, I gotta go 2 years without working. And that probably was like the most traumatic in my life. Cause it was times was like I couldn't eat. Like I eat 1 meal a day, a burger on the dollar menu from McDonald's. And that's it. And I couldn't even buy that on my own. Like, I had to ask my girlfriend at the time, or I had to ask my grandfather. And I'm in my 20s. Like, I'm not no kid. So, that me going through that made me like, all right, once I finished this, like, I didn't have no choice. Like, the program is one of them things where if you fail a class, you gotta come out your pocket and pay. Like, financial aid only pay for it one time.
Mm-hmm.
If you fail it, now you gotta come out your pocket. I wasn't working, so I ain't had no choice. Like, listen, I can't fail nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I went through the whole program. I didn't fail anything.
Okay.
So I made a promise to myself, like, once I get out this program and I get my money back, like my money back up, I never get to that point again in my life, because I know how that shit feels. So now it make me appreciate, like, it make me value my assets more better now.
It probably
Mhm,
also taught you
mhm.
discipline
And
too.
perseverance, because you had
Yeah,
no
like,
choice.
There's a
yeah.
lot of
So,
lessons that could come out of that. 2 years.
Yeah, I went 2 years, no work,
anybody could want to give up.
no tax
Be like,
return,
yeah,
none of
I'll
that. So, you feel me?
So you finished the program though.
Yeah, I definitely finished.
Well, congratulations
Graduated.
on finishing your program.
Josh and Jay.
Let me think. You still don't got yours?
I got mine.
Okay, go.
I felt the most traumatic thing that happened to me was the first time I ever was in handcuffs. I was in high school. I was just moving too fast. I was doing stuff I had no business doing. And I feel as though it slowed me down. Like, it made me sit there. That little 2 hours, 3 hours in the damn sheriff department had me thinking, like, yeah, I can't do this shit. I don't know how people sitting in the back of that cop car, that tight spot. I don't know how people do this shit. And it just made me like, it wisened me up. It made me move smarter, just like slow the pace of how I was doing things and just change everything that I was doing.
Yeah, you felt like that wasn't the path for you?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm surprised. I thought one of y'all would have said having a daughter, since that would change that.
No, I did.
It wasn't really traumatic for me though, having a daughter. Like, it was more of a
It just
blessing.
yeah.
It made me go harder, but
Put
it
a battery
wasn't
in
like
my back.
it
Well,
wasn't
not really traumatic, but definitely a life changer.
Yeah, it changed me.
Finally me. I don't know. I've had a lot of traumatic experiences, honestly, but I think, let me think. I wouldn't really say this is on the top of my list, but this is just one that I'm going to share because I don't want to be too dark and deep. So I'm going to just say I think a traumatic experience was COVID. Like, probably because COVID started, like March 2020?
Mm-hmm.
So probably like the summer, I was like, before COVID, I was like, die hard, work 7 days a week. I had 2 jobs. I was in school. I would go to work from like 2 p.m. to 2 a.m., go home, wake up, and then go to school at 7 a.m. and do it all over again 7 days a week. Like, I was so determined. I was working mad hard, whatever. I had saved up a whole bunch of money. And it was like the first time, like in high school, you know, that I was touching a little bit of money. I'm like, oh my God, I was so excited. And then COVID happened. And I was basically just home. I stopped working. I like was gaining weight. I just became like really depressed. And over that course of the year, I had like spent all my money. So I got like super depressed. I'm like, damn, I'm broke. I did all that work and I don't got no money. Like, I put all these hours in or whatever. And so was able to get like another job, and I began working again. And actually I got 2 more. I worked at Amazon and I worked at Dunkin' Donuts. And I literally was so miserable. Like, having those jobs have taught me, which is really why I started my business now, because I just was like so miserable in my life. It wasn't traumatic, but it kind of was, because I went through so much, like people talking to me crazy. I would work 40 plus hours a week, getting paid minimum wage. I would look at my check like, this is crazy. I got a car. I could not pay. I was like, how am I pay my car note? How am I do that? I want to get my hair done, but I only got 400. Like, what am I do? Like, I was still young, but like, I was like trying to take on responsibility, but it was becoming too hard. So yeah, that stressed me out. I would cry every single day. And my job was 20 minutes away. I would have to wake up at 4 a.m. to take the bus from 5 to 6 to then walk 20 minutes to my job. And it'll be raining, snowing, sleeting. One time somebody drove past me and their car splashed me. I start crying. I'm like, I hate this job. I hate it here. So yeah, and then that is what kind of like pushed me to take my lash course, and then that's how I pretty much started my business. But yeah, that was like not a really traumatic, because like I said, I've had worse, but that was definitely traumatic for me, because I had a few months where I was just like, I'm so sad. I just feel like I don't want this for me. Like, I don't want to be struggling like this. I don't want to work 7 days a week and still not have enough money to do anything. So yeah, that was my life-changing moment.
All right, so my question for the day is your friend's ex off limits? Meaning, like, say if your friend just dealt with somebody and they break up, can you deal with them after?
No, but honestly, it depends on how close I am to the people. So the only people is my siblings and like really, really, really close friends. Other than that, I don't have
No limitations.
No, not for me. I'm saying for the people that I've dated, like, or for people that I know, like, I don't have no expectations. I don't expect them to be loyal. No. It's only a select few. So my siblings, so my sisters, and my friends, real friends. Other than that, I don't hold them accountable.
I don't know. Niggas is snipers out here. I'm gonna get straight into it. Niggas is snipers out here. I wouldn't put nothing past nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, and then it definitely depends on how long ago they was in a relationship. Now, if that's your boy or whatever, that's your girl, and she dealing with a man, he dealing with a female, whatever the case might be, and then 7-8 years later down the road, you run into her somewhere, you still gonna have that same like, oh, you used to mess with my mans, and that was 8 years ago. You probably don't even really talk to your mans like you used to. So it could really go. It depends how you put it, honestly.
Yeah, 7-8 years, I'll let it rock. But baby moms off limits. Don't even think
Certain
about it.
things is off limits. Yeah.
I don't care. We was
Baby
broken up for
mothers,
10 years. Don't do it.
wives.
Do
all that
not
shit off
do it.
limits.
I used to
Dead
get 2 years, but you
I'm
better
sorry,
not
I'm
even
so
say hi.
serious. 'Cause if shit, I go to pick up my kid one day and I see you over there. Oh man,
But who your loyalty lie with though? Your baby mother or your man?
my man, you my man. Don't. Hell no.
So you wouldn't be mad at the baby mother?
At the end of the day, bro, she gonna do what she want. 10 years down the line, like she's gonna do what she want. But if you my boy, like we talk all the time, and you know, like you was there for my kid being born, baby shower, gender reveal, birth.
They both
Hell
on some
no.
bullshit.
So if you had
they
to
both-
forgive one of them, who you think you'll forgive first?
He have to.
Pro-
forgive her.
yeah, I'm gonna forgive her because I'ma just have to charge that to the game. But you my boy, we grew up together, bro. Nah, I'm not allowing that.
I'm not forgiving neither one of them. They both ops now. It's up. We about to up the score on both of them.
Now I'm not going
Yeah.
fuck. Granted, I'm not going to fuck with her the same. Like, but I'ma still. At the end of the day, she has my kids, so I gotta
You're
deal
gonna be
with.
calling your kid's iPad like, I'm coming to pick you up.
It.
In 5
Yeah,
minutes.
I'm
Tell your
calling
mother, put
everything
your
through
shoes
him.
on.
everything through the kid. Like,
What about you?
Honestly, I would look at my friend differently. Even it doesn't matter how much time passed away. If you try to, or if you do pursue somebody that I used to talk to, or I was in a relationship with, I would look at you differently.
Doesn't matter how serious the relationship was, or no?
With me and the guy,
With you and the guy.
No, because if I told you that if I told you that I liked him, it doesn't matter if we're in a relationship. If I told you that I liked him and then we exchanged some type of, going on, and then years pass, and then you go and you pursue him, no.
what if you was blocking her blessing?
Wait,
What
I
if
got
they
one
was meant to
question.
be?
Somebody,
It's so many people in this world.
Nah, like
So many people in
What's
this
the
world.
wait, I
question?
got one question. Somebody commented and asked, "What's the question again?" So, Josh, you just got to repeat the question.
The question was, is your friend's ex off limits?
yeah. But
You know
listen,
that.
what about we've been here since we was born. We all in our 20s now, whatever. What about we was dealing with somebody when you was like 16, 15, 16? That's kitty years.
Yeah,
honestly.
that's loose.
And then you see them rocking with each other when they like 28, 29. You gonna feel some type of way?
Hell no.
Bye. But at a point in time, you was in a relationship with that person.
We like, yeah, I'm still gonna feel away. No,
It depends.
I would question my friendship, honestly,
Why?
because like
You was a
I
kid.
used to mess with this person. Okay, going back 15, 16, I wasn't doing none of that at 15 and 16. I'm talking about like in a relationship, like to the point where me and this man have sex or whatever. If we cross that line when I was like 16, 17 years old, and now I'm in my 20s and you pursue him, I'm going to look at you differently, because that's somebody that I was
that you shared.
Messing
that
with.
I messed with that person. It was serious to me. So I'm gonna look at you differently now.
So if
because
10 years from now
now
you
we
married,
sharing
you got a
bodies.
whole family, you still care?
I wouldn't care about the relationship. I wouldn't care about their relationship. I would care about our friendship. Like I would look at our friendship a little different now, because you doing that, then who's to say 10 years down the line, what if me and my current relationship don't work out? You now gonna pursue him too? Like,
Nah, now she just on some shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Now
yeah,
she
yeah,
just
yeah.
on some shit.
But I'm saying though, if you and the guy were only talking for a couple of months, and that shit, like you weren't dating him, you guys were just talking, you would still get upset.
if we had sex, yes.
Somebody said, if she was wifey, none of my friends should look at her. If she was just someone I messed with, she's free game. But it's on me to let my friends know who and who's off limits and who's not.
I agree with that.
Amen.
Yeah, she
That makes
she
sense.
wifey.
Amen.
Like,
But I
off
also
limits.
think
Baby
guys and
mothers is
girls
off
are
limits.
different.
Yeah, we look at it differently.
Because guys will mess with a girl that you spoke to that you just,
Yeah.
had sex with. You like, go
Yeah.
ahead, bro. I don't care about her. But a girl, it's like, once I did that, you cannot mess with him. Like,
Mhm.
no. So I think that's a little different. But
It's a movie like that. I just can't think of it. When the guy played football and he was getting married, and
The
it was
Best
a
Man.
book. Yeah, it was a book about how his best
Oh, yeah,
man
yeah,
messed
Best
with her,
Man, yeah,
and he
yeah.
didn't know until what they was about to get married.
Nah,
and
that was
he read the
crazy
book.
though.
Like a situation like that. Like he still got upset, but that shit happened mad
And
long
then
ago.
years-
He
if
said
you-
facts, Bree.
if you watch that movie years later, when he was like grown, like real grown, he still felt some type of way
Yeah,
about
he
that.
never let that shit go.
because it's your friendship. It's not necessarily the relationship, it's your friendship. Like, I think that the term friends get thrown around loosely also.
Mhm.
So what I'm considering my friends is like somebody that I really care for. If my friends pursue somebody that I've had sex with or that I've dealt with in the past, I'm going to look at them differently.
Yeah,
I agree, but it just has to be close friends to me. It can't just be somebody that I was cool with years ago. We barely speak. Like,
That's not your friend.
then yeah, that's what
like
I'm
an
saying. That's what
associate.
I said. That's what I said. It's got to be somebody who's close by my side. That's it.
I feel like that's just a female thing. Because me, like, I'm the type, like, if I had a friend and I wanted to deal with somebody that he used to deal with, I'll ask him, like, yo, would you have a problem if, you feel me?
Y'all had
wasn't
that
gonna
conversation?
Yeah, I'll have that conversation. But if he tells me no,
That's so
But
awkward.
now that happens.
I would
to
never
me.
ask a friend like that. If
Oh,
I have to
yeah.
ask, I'm just not gonna
That's
do it.
awkward.
But I'm not gonna lie though. So I've done it before, but let me
no.
explain. Let me explain. It
Oh,
wasn't a
no.
close friend. It wasn't a close friend, and it's nobody.
Spicy.
It's nobody that I'm friends with now. Okay. So when I was in high school, I was on. I'm not even gonna give detail because I don't know who listening.
Yeah.
But when I was in high school,
It's a hypothetical.
hypothetically speaking, I had somebody that I was around frequently, a girl, and we weren't the best of friends, but we had to be together and we would speak. We were cool. We had moments, but we really weren't the best of friends. We didn't speak frequently when we weren't where we had to be. We didn't I wouldn't go and tell her all my business, but I would consider us some type of friends, right?
Mhm.
So she was dating a guy and I didn't know of the guy at all. But one day, well, he knew of me. How? I don't know. But one day they had like stopped talking and it was kind of like they weren't officially done, but it was like, you watching his page, who he with, like that type of breakup. And he happened to be somewhere that I was. So
That's a link.
yeah, but we wasn't just me and him. It was a group of people. But it was mutual friends. And he just, he started a conversation with me, whatever. Moral of the story is he ended up posting me on his social media, like a funny video of me. And she got mad. So she like, why is you like around him? Why is he posting you? Whatever. And I'm like, I didn't ask him to post me. That's just what he did. So from that night on, I'm not going to lie, I kind of was just like, should I talk to him or should I not? I did have that feeling. So I feel like if I had that feeling, then she had to be some type of friend to me. But I still did it anyway. And he ended up being my boyfriend for like 2 years.
Damn.
But listen, he ended up being my boyfriend for a few years after that. And at first, there was some controversy. A lot of people hated me for doing that. I did feel bad at first, but then I didn't because it was like the girl who I did that to wasn't really my friend. Like she used to talk.
You think she would have done it to you?
They did it to each other. Okay, I'm gonna just say I really don't give a fuck what somebody gonna do to me. But we was on a team, right? We was on.
Oh my
it
God,
was
she
a
giving
team.
out all the details.
I was on a dance team, and the girls on the dance team would
You
talk
being
to.
blunt.
You're right. The other people on the dance team would talk to each other boyfriends. They would do that all the time. I never personally did it, and one of them had talked to somebody I had talked to, but I never cared because he wasn't really that serious to me. So yeah, so they made a big deal about it because we were being serious and that they weren't being serious with the guys. They were like all just talking to each other guys, and he actually liked me and asked me to be his girlfriend. And I was like, well, look, I don't know what you want me to do. But we ended up not being friends after that anyways. So yeah, but now I wouldn't do that. And I would never do that to any of my close friends. So I just feel like it just depends on how close I am with the girl. If it's someone that I know of, but we not cool, if I don't talk to you every day, you don't know my business, you talk shit about me, or we just acquaintance, then I'm not saying your guys are not off limits. I'm gonna talk to who I want to. But if you my bitch, I'm not gonna fuck with you.
And honestly, I think that's so weird. Like
Yeah.
thinking back on it, like I've been out of high school for almost 10 years now. And I would still to this day, even though I'm married, like even if I wasn't married, I would never try to talk to any guy that my friends dated in high school because that's just weird. That's awkward. Like you used to talk to my friend.
So what
I
type? So
guess.
how do y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel like it's any like let's say it's not a friend that you're close to. It's not it's your immediate circle, but it's a girl that you're cool with. Like you've been out with her before, and it's like, hey, girl.
That I don't care about.
I
Okay.
mean, it's happened to me. Like I didn't have a nigga that been around, smack one of my shorties. But you just gotta
I
talk
hate
to
that
them.
lingo. Y'all really do.
You just got like I done went to the nigga house and everything while she was dead. Like she done came outside.
But was he your
And
friend
shot,
or an
like-
acquaintance?
I mean, he was my best friend's friend, but he'd be on my block all the time. Like we
see?
smoked together, we'd drink together, but not for nothing. If we out and something happened, a fight break out, I fuck around, probably help him. Like, but I wouldn't say he's my man. It's like my friend, 100 grand. Like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm just fucking with you because my best friend fuck with you heavy. So
Yeah.
I
Wait,
guess
that was his shorty at the time?
nah, I was
Oh.
never his shorty.
Oh.
The thing is, when I was coming up, like I had females and whatever the case might be, and sometimes I didn't do them the right, like I didn't treat them right all the time. So
Mhm.
I guess she felt like at that point it was her get back. Like after this shit happened, we talked about it, and she said, I just felt as though he was telling me all the right things you wasn't, and then he was kicking your back, and like he was saying, "Oh, Tori got such and such, Tori
Nah,
got
that's too
this,
much going on.
Tori got
Now she
that,
want,
Tori."
now she
like,
want points.
you
Like,
feel
girl,
me?
bye.
So he was basically kicking my back in, and she was like, "Yeah, he was telling me everything I wanted to hear, and he was saying like all the females you was fucking with and how you deserve somebody better."
That nigga
Like,
suck.
he did all
Yeah,
that.
I don't like that. I don't like
Yeah.
Nah,
that.
I ain't do all
'Cause
that.
I feel like
ain't
the
do all
pillow
that.
talking, like, don't tell me what nobody said about me because you was listening to that and you probably was
Mhm.
engaging and everything. So don't try to tell me now. I don't like that.
Yeah, no,
so
I
I
don't
never,
like her.
I never was the
I don't
type
like
to
her.
pillow talk. I ain't have to do all that. If you have to pillow talk, that means you don't have enough good qualities about yourself to
Yeah,
attract the
like,
person.
no.
That nigga
I'm a
Don't
dope
tell me-
person regardless.
So
Do not
he
tell
did
me
all
what
that
somebody said once y'all
For
don't
some
not
damn
friends no more.
ass.
Like,
he kicked my back in or
For
whatever,
some ass.
and then
Piece of shit.
he
Josh
ain't live
hate
that
him.
far. He ain't live that far from the block, so I just got word.
Somebody said that nigga a sucker for that.
Seriously.
I got word like, yo, T, old girl at his house right now. Let's pull up. I'm like, bro, you ain't saying nothing but a word. Come on. So we go over there, and I wasn't gonna go over there to fight the nigga because I'm not fighting you over. Like, that's not what I was into.
Wait,
at
so
the
wait,
time.
how did this escalate? So you did it and then they found out? He found out, or
What? What you mean? What escalated?
because you saying you going over there now?
Oh yeah, because the way I found out, like I was just outside one day, and one of my older brothers, he was driving at the time. I ain't had no car. I ain't had no license or nothing. So he pulled up like, yo, I just seen old girl going, what's the name house? I just driving down their block. I'm like, yeah. He like, you mess with her, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, come on, bro, get in the car. We about to go the fuck over there. So
But I'm trying to understand why. That was his shorty, right? Or
nah,
not
it wasn't
his-
his shorty.
That was somebody he was messing with.
No, that was somebody I was messing with, but I just wasn't on good terms with him at the time. That's when
And
he
she
had
went and did that.
the chance to kick my back in. And that's when she went and did that.
She was messing with him.
Oh, I thought you did it to him.
Nah.
Oh,
he did
okay,
it to
that's
me.
what I
He
was thinking.
backdoored him.
Yeah, he did it to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we just went over there and whatever. So my man's, he's a hothead. So he done jumped out the car and knocking on the nigga door. Hey, yo, come downstairs, bro. They didn't see me at first. Like I stayed in the car. So when they came downstairs, he was like, what's good? She came downstairs with him. Then I hopped out the car and he done went back in the house. She on the porch.
He left her out there to
Yeah, she
die.
on the porch like, oh, it ain't what it is. She crying
Nah,
and shit.
now,
I'm like, nah.
now you
Like,
doing all that? He left you on the porch. Like, lock
Nah,
the
that
door,
ain't
lock
happened.
the
That
door.
was-
Who house was it?
Nah, he
It was
left
his
me on the
house.
porch.
He left on the porch of his house.
This
it was
is
his house.
ridiculous. I'm like, come downstairs right now.
I said, "You bitch ass."
Nah, see that was not my scenario. Once I went in, I'm like, all right, I'm all in. I'm gonna just do it. It wasn't I
So-
didn't get caught up. Nah.
So looking back, do you think that was worth you even going there, knowing that it wasn't your shorty?
No, I just wanted to go. I was just into that type of shit back then. My bro, it was one of the big bros. Like he say, hop in the car, hop in the car.
So you didn't, your feelings wasn't hurt?
I mean, nah, I just looked at him different, like, why? This how he moving, this how she moving.
Damn, you was willing to
it
fight for him.
It'll never be more now.
And
then
she
she-
tried to get
and
back
he
with
walked-
you.
Yeah,
She
she
upstairs.
said she did it off of emotions. That's what she said. And I'm like, it'll never be the same after that.
Yeah, it's quiet.
It'll never be the same.
And what about with him? Like, how was it when you seen him?
I mean,
seen him again?
I've seen him probably. When the last time I went to Mountain Creek not too long ago, probably like a year or two. I seen him ran into him.
And you
He
just
like,
didn't
what's
say-
up, T? I'm like, what's up? But like, I ain't about to.
Nah, guys are able to dead it.
I ain't
It
about
be
to-
females like, yeah, 5 years ago, she said something about it. Nah, I can't fuck with her. Like, guys
Yeah.
be dead and shit. Like,
All right, y'all. So we're gonna get a little spicy. You know, we always get spicy at the end. So I want to know: can your whole years be deleted?
Absolutely, for God, we don't have.
No, just for guys.
we don't have no whole years over here. That's for the females.
We just have our fun years.
yeah, you are so ignorant. He always talking about guys don't have.
He's
hoes
really
yet.
We
so-
call it
you really
experience.
sexist.
That's what we call it. We don't
We
call it
get-
whole
we
years. We call it
experience
Nah,
experience.
nah, we run
Nah,
an
nah,
experiment.
we call it our whole years.
Oh
Y'all can't-
wow,
That's
y'all
called
experience is
sexism
different.
right there.
right.
You feel me? Y'all go out here and
Somebody
pop
said
30
fuck
niggas.
no.
Why? Why can't your whole years be deleted then?
Right. Everybody else that's watching, do y'all feel like y'all whole years could be deleted? Have y'all deleted y'all whole year? I
Can
think
they
that
be deleted?
mm, It can. It depends on how you have to switch it up. You got to do a whole 360. Because I know girls that used to be crazy back in the day, and now they like low key under the bus. But it takes some time. Like, I feel like you can revamp how people see you. If you was a girl that was crazy in the street, and then you maybe go ghost for a little while, maybe they might pop out in a relationship, or they just might stop doing what they doing. Then maybe it's possible, but it's gonna take
No.
some time. It
I'ma
takes
still
time.
look
I'm
at
talking
her
about
as a hoe.
years though. Like
When-
it's gonna have to be years.
I think when people get that title of being a hoe, it sticks with them.
Well, yeah,
It
you'll always
do.
be an
It definitely
ex-hoe.
do.
Like she used to be a hoe, but she cool now.
You
Like
gotta skip
Nah, she
stage.
probably still a hoe.
You gotta skip stage.
That's
nah,
how
you
you
have to
got that
restart.
real.
You have to revamp yourself.
You
You
gotta
have
skip
to.
stage.
I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta move to a different.
Because those skeletons always gonna be in your closet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so dramatic.
Gotta
Them
move.
skeletons
And what about
always
them
gonna-
skeletons in your closet?
Right.
Experiments. That's
Oh,
what we call
wow.
it. Not skeletons.
Girls was experimenting
experiments.
It
Nah.
depends what you like. What category do you put a hoe in? Somebody
That's what I'm
that's
thinking.
meeting different guys and just having
Yeah.
sex
'Cause
with them,
then-
not knowing their first name or
Yeah,
like
a hoe
what's-
doesn't always have to be a known hoe, right? Like she can have a hoe stage because I like there's some girls I know people that be doing they stuff, but they low key.
And you would
Like
never
people don't
know.
know that they had a whole stage. So in that
That's
case where
true.
you was like, oh, I've been fucking with certain niggas, I'm doing this, but nobody knows, then you could delete it because
Yeah, because
only
nobody know. You don't
yeah.
gotta
But if you're a
tell.
public hoe, like you mess with the gang, like it's over.
Yeah, we
like.
talking about public hoes. We talking about public hoes.
But the thing is, some people think that it's important for people to go through that whole stage. Like
It is a little
within,
bit.
I guess within the college years, people think that you need to what do they call it for men? Soil your royal oats or whatever.
I
it's
ain't never
called.
heard of that.
You never heard
Yeah,
of
I
That's
don't
like
know.
stuff from the old.
That must be
age.
an old.
I don't know.
Soak, soak your royal oats. That's what it's
I
called.
know, I know.
Oh,
y'all
he
heard
would
of
know.
that.
Look.
Soak your royal oats. That's what it's called. Nah, I heard that before.
I've never heard that.
But that's for guys though. I ain't never heard it for girls.
There's no coming back from
Yeah,
that.
I never heard
I
girls
think
soak her royal oats.
experience is needed. I don't think you have to be a hoe. I don't think you have to fuck random people. You have to meet different people all the time. I don't think you need that. But I do think experience and knowing different people, maybe going on different dates, but you don't have to have sex with all of them. No.
And can that be deleted?
But then
Yeah,
you
if
going
you didn't
on
have
dates.
sex with them,
Huh?
If you didn't have sex with them, I wouldn't consider you a hoe.
Yeah,
but
you're
if
not
you
a
haven't
hoe.
fucking used a hoe,
Yeah.
I mean, but to be honest, people put that title of being a hoe on just
Everything.
anybody. Like you don't even have to know if that person had sex with them or not. If you think that they did, you a hoe now. So
or
Yeah,
if she
fair
did somebody that like two people that you know or something like y'all just gonna.
oh no, I
Yeah.
wouldn't know. I don't call females that do shit like that hoes. I call hoes. Like
what's
once
a
I,
hoe?
if you out here just at one night stand, letting anybody that you deal with smack, you a hoe. Yeah, you was a
And
hoe.
so y'all, because y'all be
Gave
the
us
ones
the term.
smacking me a hoes with the hoe.
Honestly, though,
We
dude,
are scientists. It's called experimenting.
scientists.
Experimenting.
Goodbye.
That's what we do. We're
Yo,
I
experimenting.
wish we could press that button if it wasn't so loud.
So y'all feel like let's say she does what I said. Like let's say she was a hoe in high school, right? Now y'all
Mhm.
graduate from high school. A couple years later, you haven't heard from her. She a little low key, and then she pop out and maybe she's in like a relationship now. You don't hear from her as much. Are you still gonna look at her as a hoe?
But in high school, was she bugging?
She was a hoe. Like,
She's a hoe.
Yeah,
even
she
if
a
years
hoe.
then, like
She's-
you see her and she's doing way better, you don't really hear about her as much. Like she's still a hoe.
She's a retired
She
hoe.
just calmed
Goodbye.
down.
Oh.
That's it. Like,
She was driving so damn fast in high school. It ain't fun no more. She grown. She done fucked all the niggas. What else you wanted to do?
uh-huh.
Damn.
I never really met a girl that was a hoe.
Told
Like
shit.
to what you making it is.
I
to
know
Like
one.
just
I
to fuck
did.
anybody.
I know
Yeah,
one.
nah,
I
I
met
met
a few.
anyone.
I know
Really?
a couple.
Yeah, no.
I've met some men like that. Like men just going out fucking anybody. But for women, I've never really met a woman like that.
I have.
I know.
I have. It's some girls out here that's shit.
They be
talking
talking
about-
about bobbing.
I'm talking about you'll be in the same function as somebody, and you'll
And
see
they-
her with one dude, and then they're going to cut, and you know what they went in the cut for. Then she'll leave out with the next dude. We all in the same function.
That stuff like that is crazy.
Like that's whole
That's
whole
a
shit.
hoe.
Like it's females out here that really
She
get into
just
shit
she's
like
just true to her wholeness. That's all that is. Like
We should
she's
do
true
one.
to her wholeness.
Nah, that's different. But you never met anybody like that, Brie?
No.
I've met people who mess with cousins, mess with siblings, mess like females. Yeah, I've met people. That's different.
that. Yeah.
Which I want. Well, we on pause right now, anyways. Hmm?
Intermission right now. Just bear with us. For everybody listening on the app, just bear with us.
And we're back.
Yes. So, okay, so would y'all consider like girl, okay, wait. Let me think about how I'm gonna word this question. Would y'all consider, because usually people consider hoes like people who have sex with a lot of guys that know each other, or just have sex with a lot of guys in general, and it's like public information. Could y'all consider a hoe like someone that, well, I think I already know the answer, but I'm still ask. Someone that let's say a girl is like broke or struggling or something, right? And she has sex with somebody for like a place to sleep or something like that. And nobody really nobody knows about it, but that was in her past. Is that still considered a hoe?
Did she go to multiple guys, or it
No,
was just
maybe
one?
she did it once or twice.
I
or
wouldn't
she
call-
was-
No, I wouldn't call her a hoe.
She
And
gotta
then
do what she gotta do.
Yeah, I
okay,
wouldn't
so
call her
that's
a hoe.
like do what you got to do, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to know that.
Like my definition of a hoe is a female that's catching multiple bodies non-stop, just like she's on a rampage, just bugging. That's my definition.
I thought
it
y'all
don't
would say
take
yes
nothing.
because she was doing it for something.
Oh no,
No,
she's just a
Okay.
trick.
Because if you put it
Oh
on,
my God, you gotta be
I don't know
something.
what's worse.
Because
What's worse now? That's the new question. What's worse, a trick or a hoe?
If you put the shoe on the other foot, if a man needed a place to stay, all he had to do was get some ass. He
Why you
gonna
think?
do it.
Why you
Yeah.
think they
It's
say
that
a lot
easy.
of people say broke niggas fuck the best because that's all they got to offer.
I
Feel me?
definitely heard that. I definitely heard
That's all
that.
they got to offer. They need a place to stay. You feel me? They can't bring nothing else to the table, so that's what they gotta do. Feel me?
Dang, I don't know. What do you think? You think that classifies as doesn't classify as a hoe?
I don't know. It's unfortunate that she has to do that. I don't know. I don't know if I would call her a hoe or not. It
Mhm.
depends on her background.
No.
To me, I only feel like you're a hoe if you fucking mad people. Number one, and if they know each other, you an extra hoe.
But is that bad, to be honest?
Yes.
Like having sex?
Why?
Like
Who
with a
said
hoe-
that was
with a
bad?
hoe-
Yeah,
But
that's
like with
my
a whole
point.
bunch of random people.
But who said that was bad if it's her body? Why does it make everyone
What
else
if
so
it's
upset?
dangerous?
Nah,
No,
you-
what if she
It's
protects
This goes back to
herself?
volume.
dangerous.
All it does is bring up volume.
You
down.
know,
it don't make it bad.
You know what I'm gonna say about this? It's like, all right, for instance, sometimes when a dude is just heavy on sex, females that bring up that's like soul tying. That's why I want to wait. But then when a female just when a hoe wants to be a hoe, they don't mention nothing about soul ties. But everybody be so quick for the soul tie. Nah, for real.
Do
though.
y'all believe in that and soul ties?
I do believe that.
Wait, but
Soul ties are
through
real.
sex?
Yeah.
No,
Nah, I don't.
I
no.
do. I feel like, and when you exchange your body you're exchanging your energy in a sense. I do think it depends on the circumstances. Like if it was like 5 minutes, like you like, all right, turn around. You're not even looking at each other. None of that. Like that don't. We ain't even looking at each other eye to eye. That's not soul ties. But I think if you do it with someone either more than once, even if it's friends with benefits, or like it's an intimate moment with somebody, I think you're exchanging some way in exchanging energy.
It's a difference between making love and fucking.
Yeah,
it's
but
two
even when
difference. You making
fuck
love,
someone.
then I feel like it's soul ties. When you just want to get a nut, you just fuck somebody. I don't feel like it's no soul ties. Because I'm not looking in your
True.
eyes while I'm having sex with you.
Yeah, that's
And
what I'm saying. In those instances, no. But I do think even if it's not making love, like some people could be sex buddies. They might not consider it making love, but I think that you're exchanging energy. If you're consistently giving your body to someone, you're gonna that energy. You feel their energy. You start to like. It's just like I don't know how to explain it. I already told y'all in previous episodes. I don't think I'm capable of just busting a nut. That's not me. So I definitely feel like I exchange energy. Like. You don't think? Y'all don't think so? I already know. Y'all
No.
already
I
said
think
that.
I think it can happen, but I don't think that it's every time. Like some people feel like every time you have sex with somebody, you're exchanging energy. I don't think every time.
I need to look
Yeah,
up the
me
definition
neither.
of a soul tie just so we
Yeah.
can know. Define
I don't.
soul tie.
But while she's looking that up, why do y'all think that like having sex a lot is bad? Like, what if that person
With a
is,
lot of
like-
different people.
Yeah. What if she's protecting herself? What if she's going to the gynecologist every 6
We
months?
never said it was
Like,
bad. We just said she a hoe.
But
But
a hoe is
hoe is
bad,
bad.
though. A hoe is bad. A hoe has the word hoe has a connotation. You're
'Cause now you just-
automatically gonna think something negative.
Because
Right.
now you just giving your throne like to anybody.
Yeah,
You don't
I
even
feel like
know
that,
them.
though.
You just giving your
Yeah.
throne.
I do feel like
like
that.
you don't really
No
have.
self-respect.
Yeah, you have no like you don't
No standards,
respect
no
your
morals.
value. Yeah.
So do men, like, do y'all think of that
Experimental.
with men?
I do. I definitely do. It's females.
You and this
It's,
scientist thing.
She's
it's females that I know that they wanted to have sex with me and I didn't. Like I wasn't into it. And it's females that I wish I never had sex with.
Yeah, I could agree with that
I
one.
mean,
So look.
I wish I never did.
This
I
is what
could
this
agree.
says. It says, the more you interact intimate. This is like an article because the definition is like pretty basic. The more you interact. Wait, let's go up. Pay attention to whom you share your intimate energy with. Intimacy at this level intertwines your oral energy with the oral energy of another person. These powerful connections, regardless of how insignificant you think they are, leave spiritual debris, particularly within people who do not practice any type of cleansing, physical, emotional, or otherwise. The more you interact intimately with someone, the deeper the connection and the more of their aura is intertwined with yours. Imagine the confused aura of someone who sleeps with multiple people and carries around these multiple energies. What they may not realize is that others can feel that energy, which can repel positive energy and attract negative energy into your life. I always say never sleep with someone you wouldn't want to be.
That's
a
too
little
deep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
was
is.
just about to say
That's
that.
too deep.
I was
That's,
just about
I'm
to
not
say
thinking
that.
about all that. We about to get to the end.
But that's people don't think about it, but that's why that could be a reason why people like I feel like part of being a hoe, sometimes it's a difference between having like a fun stage and then just being a hoe. And I think a lot of what hoes carry is they don't love themselves. There's a lot of like they don't have self-love, they don't sense the value in themselves, so they try to get it from a lot of men or they try to get it from a lot of women because it's vice versa regardless of what I say.
No, it definitely
Scientists,
is.
they trying to get it from a lot of people, so you're carrying all that energy, you're carrying all of people's emotions, you're carrying all of people's stuff, and you probably like, I don't know, I feel like that could happen.
I don't know. I never felt that shit.
We could get into the next, next
Yeah.
little spicy question. Have you ever experienced a bad sex experience where you was like, I wish I never did this. Like it just was horrible.
For sure.
It
I
was
walked out
horrible.
right in the middle.
Or even
No, you gotta.
Oh
you
my
gotta
God,
tell
this
the
is
story.
real.
or even yourself, you was embarrassed as a performer.
You
Like,
gotta tell
damn,
the
I
story,
just went
mommy.
out bad.
I can't relate.
I just went out
Nah,
bad.
y'all bluffing.
I definitely had some experience. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I went out bad.
I've had both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Not
had
me so much, that
Oh,
often.
wait,
Maybe
she
like
said not
once.
little old me.
Nah, I had a bad experience. I walked out in the middle too. I was like,
Yeah, y'all walking. Now I ain't never
because
had
it was
that.
it was
Yeah,
kind of
me
so
neither.
bad that I cannot fake it. I literally, when I'm telling y'all this, I'm really being dead ass. I cannot fake sex. I can't have sex just for my personal
the people wanna
pleasure.
hear it. The
Yeah, can you
story.
tell us?
No, they're gonna know.
Nah, yeah, I
Ah,
can't.
damn. All right.
You don't gotta say their names.
All right. Duh. Okay.
Hypothetically speaking.
Hypothetically, once again. It was just like, I'm not gonna say who or any details about that person, but it was like not fun for me. Like I didn't like the kissing. It was terrible. I was like, "Ugh, oh my God, this is gross. I feel like kissing, if you can't kiss, you threw me off. Like, and then it was kind of, I didn't want to back out yet. I'm like, let me give them the benefit of the doubt. So I kept going, and then it was just like the head was like, so now it's just the second turn off. And then I just felt like the person was just rushing. It felt rushed to me, and I just felt like he was like trying to just put his freaking, stuff in me. I'm like, yo, chill. Like it was no.
What
I
did you
was
do?
excited.
What did I do? Oh, how to end it?
Yeah.
So he was rushing it or whatever. I let it go, but then it started to like hurt because she just wasn't having it. She like, I don't want this. It's turning me off. I was in my head. I'm like, bro, I want this to be over. And then it was taking so long. So it was starting to, not work out down there. And then eventually it was like we were facing each other. And he was just like, do you want to stop? I'm like, yeah.
So he felt the energy. Like
I was literally there like
I know
this.
that shit
That's
hurt
that
him.
soul side.
Bro, I was like, this is really the worst experience of my life. I want this to be over. And he was just like, do you want to stop? And I was just like, yes, please. And then he was like, okay. And then I went upstairs and yeah, and then I kind of did something fucked up because I was like, I'm gonna go real quick, run to the bathroom and get myself together. But I was supposed to go out. So my friends were coming to pick me up after. But Yeah, so I had grabbed something from his room, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna bring this back when I'm done. I'm gonna just go to the bathroom." And then in the bathroom, I'm like, "I feel so gross. I don't even want to go back." So I just left whatever I took in the bathroom, and I text like, "Yeah, my friends are here, so I'm gonna just see you later." And I never went back to the room.
Oh
Aw.
shit.
Never went back. Oh my god, I really hope.
You probably
They're
lowered
not
my boy
listening.
self-esteem.
I don't
Maybe
care.
not.
It was really bad. Like it just made me real. No.
All right, mine.
What happened?
Your
So
story.
you.
It's going down the line.
So mine wasn't that bad. It wasn't for me. Same thing. It kind of felt rushed. But the kissing before was actually good. So I thought it was gonna be good.
Give you a false.
He
false
talked a
impression.
good game. Like, oh, when we get home, da da da. So I'm like, hey.
Damn, these niggas going
Wait,
outside.
no, I got
Oh,
it.
I really hope they don't listen to this, bro. This is really embarrassing.
Nah, shit was small. It was not. It wasn't it. We tried it though, but then I got up. I just was like,
They just left.
like, so I just like I went to the bathroom and then I came back, and then he tried to continue. I was like, and then we I was like, this happened that long ago, so I didn't know what to do. So I'm just sitting there like. So then he tried to cuddle, and I was just like, "Can you bring me back to my car?"
Wait, this is after.
Yeah, after I was like, "Can you bring me back to my car?" And I just left. And
So
that was
you
it.
didn't want to cuddle. Like you was like.
Not after that.
Damn.
Like,
So in both these instances, they was definitely hurt. They definitely sat in their bed like, damn, like.
What did I do wrong? That's fucked up, yo.
mm.
Well, I have two. I have one where I did some bullshit, and I got one when she did some bullshit. So which one y'all want to hear first?
You.
Yeah, what you do?
My only bad, I just went out too early. That's it. And I tried to play it off like I didn't go out early. Like I went out early. I forgot what I told her. I told her something. Like I'm like, yo, you hear that? You hear that? Son, somebody at the door. Like I tried to do something. I tried to do
No, you
something
did
to get out the room. You feel me? Like
No, you did
I
not.
tried to because I went out early and she didn't know. But I, of course I knew.
Mhm.
And I'm like, damn, it's only been like, it couldn't have been no more than 2 minutes. No more than 2
Ooh.
minutes. Like,
Was this somebody you was like cool with, or it was like you can express it, or you was like, no, I don't want her to know?
nah, I couldn't express it because it was one of them. It was one of them situations where you wanted that person for a while.
You
You feel
finally
me?
got
And
the
they
chance.
finally let you, but you was so excited when you feel me, you got into it, you just went out early.
Yeah, I know.
And you ain't want to let her know that because you probably like, see, I done gave this nigga a chance and he done never again. So I tried to, I had to play it off and like, yo, you hear that? Somebody knocking at the door. So I stop, I go out, I come back like,
Yeah.
oh nah, something going on. Like, and now she panicking and she getting scared because I'm panicking.
No, you didn't put this girl in a whole
That
face
is
stress.
sad.
Like,
just to get out that jam. So
Yo.
to this day, she still don't
Now
know.
she knows.
She still don't know.
she was like, damn,
Um,
that's why.
My experience, a bad experience. Growing up, one of my boys, he messed with a girl, whatever, but that wasn't his shorty. And he told me to go after her, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I went after, I'm at her house and whatever. And she just wasn't like her body was just shaped crazy. You feel me?
Like
But-
weird.
Yeah, like she was kind of like heavy up top, like she had some big ass titties, but her bottom was just mad little.
She shaped like an ice cream cone.
So
She
it's
was
given
fucked
Wendy
up.
Williams.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. The face wasn't there. I'm thinking like, why my man
did you
even
know her
set me up
before?
for this shit? Nah, I ain't know her like that.
It was a blind sex date.
I ain't know like
He
that.
said, "Why my man set me up for this shit?"
Yeah, like my man was like, yo, T, she was talking about you and whatever. So see what's up. So
You was
I'm,
thrown
"Alright."
off.
And he messed with her, but he didn't say none of that. So
So you ain't know how she looked prior to this.
I mean, I see on social media, but social media, that should be.
That's just a lie.
And then back then, the MySpace, the fonts and shit wasn't really. I mean, the edits wasn't really. You could really edit the shit out of MySpace picture back then. Put hella words in the picture. That I thought, you feel me? I'm all right. So we get to the crib. I'm in a room. I'm like, nah, this ain't really. But I'm like, I'm already here. I ain't, you feel me? I didn't walked over here. I'm young. I didn't have no car. I didn't walk like 20 miles. I ain't coming over here not to bust no nut.
20 miles.
I'm over exaggerating.
for
I'm
2
over
days.
exaggerating, but I walked there. So we in the room or whatever. And I'm like, shit, it is what it is.
So
I'ma
wait,
get
so
my
this was
nut.
a blind sex date, basically.
If you want to call it that, if you want to call it, this was the first link. And she was with it, you feel me? So she was like, I'm like, you gotta give me head because sex, like looking at her sexually, I wasn't attracted to her. So I'm like, the only way this gonna work, you gotta give head. So she was like, all right, if I give you head, you gonna do me? I'm like, of course.
Oh,
So she started giving me head and whatever.
I'm scared.
So I'm like, all right, let me hit it. I'm gonna smack it, and then after
Stop saying that word, y'all.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna smack it, and then after I'm gonna give you head. So she gave me head. I done smacked it. So she's like, all right, my turn. So she done laid down, opened the legs and everything. I'm about to go to the bathroom real quick. I smooth went downstairs, hit the door. I'm out of there.
Oh,
Out of there.
That is so mean.
She hit
So
my
both
mouth.
of them was on you.
Huh?
Both of them was on you.
Yeah.
How it was on me? It
You
was a-
tried to finesse the situation.
That's
Nah,
good
that
for
was
us.
a bad experience in the second one. The first one, yeah, that was on me. I went out early, but that second experience wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. Like I really didn't want to be there, but I didn't come there to waste my time. Basically, like I was gonna get one and get out of there, but
Maybe.
I guess I left her in the bed. Her legs were still open. Like she probably waiting for me to come back in the room.
Nah, imagine.
She might be like, where did he go? Like,
Imagine.
She definitely hit me on the MySpace inbox, just going off like, "You a fuck nigga, da da. If my brother see you, da 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 da." I'm
What
like,
you gonna
"What's
tell
up?"
him?
Like,
That's
tell your
so
brother,
embarrassing to
holler at
tell
me.
your brother that
my-
story.
I'm not gonna tell him like, yeah, this boy left me.
She probably was gonna lie.
Like,
She probably was gonna lie.
damn,
She
like-
probably was gonna lie and say something else, like he hit me or something. I know she wasn't gonna tell what really
I
happened.
would feel so. I would cry. I'm not gonna lie.
but I had
That's
to-
really hurtful.
I had to
Like,
get out
We
that
was
jam.
mean, but
It
he
wasn't
was
what it
even
was.
worse.
nah, that was
You
worse.
dropped the cake.
She's like, you go eat it. His legs back.
Yeah.
She was happy
But, like,
as
you
hell,
really feel
Joe.
like- So you
Like,
really feel like if her face would have been pretty, would that have? Would you have cared about her body that much? Like,
Nah, if I'm in a room and you get ass naked and I don't get hard off the rip, it's not really what I want. Like I want to just visual. I want to
Okay.
be sexually attracted to you just off visual. Like I don't even want you to touch me. I don't touch you, and I'm already ready. That's just what I prefer. So
I just have one more question because I need real detail. When you say big at the top, do you mean like size F titties or like big arms? Like, what do you
Nah,
mean?
like size F titties,
And a flat butt?
flat butt. Like, shit was just looking crazy.
Yeah,
I
I
was
was doing that. I
She
would
was-
have got
I'm like
out of there
these-
before anything. I was killing that shit. You bugging, Jay.
Joe, I done
What would
walk.
you have
I
said?
done walk.
I would
Joe.
have just been like, yo, I would have text somebody like, yo, text me and call me and say
Aw,
somebody
that's
got
not
jumped.
right.
I
I was
walk.
good for that.
Yo, I
I
done
was good
walk.
for that.
Somebody got a little.
This girl done snuck me in her house.
Somebody
Like, it
got
was
a
too
lot
much
of
put
Somebody
into
got
it.
jumped. I was texting my boy.
Josh
like,
is
yo,
not
call me,
going
somebody
nowhere.
got jumped.
Right.
You know he wasn't.
Do
I'm
y'all-
mad. I don't gotta tell nobody
That's
about
bad
this
bop,
shit.
bro.
Wait,
That's
let's go
bad.
down the line. Go down the line. Finish your story.
I had like the same two type of experiences when the first time I'm gonna say like it was my fault. I went out quick, but it's cause like as he said, I was excited. So I did too much, but me and her had the type of relationship where I was
could
able to
tell
tell her like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I was kind of excited that you finally gave me the eyes. You feel me? So, but then my bad experience was it was this girl I was dealing with her for a minute, and the red flag like should already been I couldn't get up. Like normally, any past sex experience I had, like off rip, once I knew that we was about to get into it, I got up.
Mhm.
So I'm trying everything. Like I pulled out the phone. I'm watching porn on the phone. None of that shit is working. It's not working.
Watch
so
you sitting
boom.
there.
Yeah. Now I walked to the
I'm about
room.
to say,
I walked to the
nah.
room. You know how my Duke, how the house was set up. I walked to the room. I went in my Duke's room. I'm sitting there. I'm like, yeah, this shit not working. So finally, I goes in there. She like, I got you. Boom. So I should have seen that as like a sign, like not to do this shit. So mid stroke, I just start smelling something. I didn't do the finger check. I just start smelling something. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is that? So I keep going. I'm like, nah, this shit.
The fuck is
the
that?
I'm
fuck
like, this
is
shit.
that?
I'm like, this shit not right. At first, I'm like, maybe it's the condom. You know, condoms got a certain smell. But I'm like, nah, this ain't no condom smell, bro. So I stopped. Like, I faked the nut. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to just fake like I went out. I faked the nut, and then when I stopped, I just started really smelling the aroma. It was a pussy.
But what was the aroma?
It smelled like fish.
Oh my!
And I'm like, yeah, my mother
Probably
coming
had
home.
BV.
I'm like, my mother coming home in like 10 minutes. You gotta go. Like, I'm like, get you an Uber. Get the Uber, and I'ma send you the bread. I never sent her the bread for the Uber.
Oh, y'all
That's messed
different. Y'all
up.
just leaving girls abandoned out here.
Don't come over here
It's
with your twat
disrespectful.
unwashed.
That shit
Yeah.
is disrespectful.
You supposed
right
to
there.
when
But
you when you
sometimes she
what?
probably didn't know. It could be like your body, a pH balance.
I know
Yeah.
y'all can smell that shit too. If we can smell it, I know the females can
Mhm.
smell it too.
So what was she supposed to say?
I don't know. I'm not a
I'd rather
female.
you get
so
up. I'd rather you get up and be like, we gonna have to do this another time," versus you actually letting me go through with it. Like,
Cause I know
so
you smelling that
selfish.
fish too. I'm smelling that shit, so you smelling
Nah,
that
Yeah,
shit.
that's so
crazy.
selfish. Like,
Damn.
I'd rather you just get up like, nah, we just do this another time because
This ain't it.
we both smell
But
that
if-
shit.
but
We
if
ain't
y'all
gonna sit here and
had
act like
that-
we didn't.
Appointment set already. Like
You
shoulda came-
supposed
you
to
supposed
thank
come there and
you.
wash that
Thank
and all
you.
that.
But she probably
Exactly.
did. It could have been her pH balance.
So
that
you
she
shouldn't
had.
be having sex until you figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
Don't come with your twat unwashed.
So now she know for next time. We,
Yeah,
you
it
know,
wasn't no next time.
I'm
but,
saying
you
with
know.
the next nigga.
Yeah, she
So
ain't
that
here
won't
for me
happen
after
to her
that day.
again. So that was a experience, a life experience. Everybody go through some shit.
No, everybody do.
Everybody go
Yeah.
through some shit
That's
that I have. I'm like, yeah, I gotta move different next time. Yeah, to straighten them right up.
Best for last. Let me hear.
Mine's is simple. Mine's is when I was younger. When I was younger, I was messing with this guy and we was messing around. We was dating for a while. And we never tried to do it up until I was about to leave for college. And when we finally was able to do it, like it was just like this big. Like it was bad. It was like to the point like if he attempted to put it in and he was like, we finally having sex, and that just
He said that. He
Yeah,
said it
and
out
that
loud.
Oh, man.
that
He don't
just
get no pussy.
Hey, yo, imagine
He
that.
gets no pussy.
Probably
Like,
have
we
sex,
was
yes.
messing around for a long time.
So neither one of y'all never initiated sex.
no, because we was young. It was
Oh, okay.
we could have, but it's like we couldn't because it was no place to do it at. But when it finally happened, it was just like, you know, when you
Yeah.
like someone a lot, you think
so how did
about
that
how it's
affect
gonna
y'all?
be.
Like, what did you do? You let it go through?
I
Or?
went to college. No,
Oh, you stopped it?
we stopped.
So I went to
Because
college.
as soon as he said that, I was like, okay, I don't want to do this no more.
Because he said,
Yeah,
I
it's
think
just
like,
some,
we
it's
finally
just,
having
that
sex.
was-
Like,
Why
why
would
would
you
you
say
say
that?
it's just
Yeah.
some things you keep
nah,
to
yeah,
yourself.
that was weird for you to say.
That shit to yourself.
He was like a clown. Like he was known as like a jokester.
But
Don't
that-
joke. in
And
this
so
moment, bro.
This ain't no
exactly,
joking moment.
especially the first time, that makes it awkward. Like,
Why would you say that?
So when he
There
said
you
that, I was
go.
like, I don't really want to do this no more. And
Yeah, nah.
that was it. And then I went to college.
Hey, yo.
That would get me tight.
Mine's
I'll
is
be
simple.
dumb tired talking to somebody for mad long.
But that's why I was asking y'all before, like, what would you do if like a man penis was like really, really small? Because sometimes men penises are really small.
that's
Yeah.
not his fault though. That's God.
Yeah.
God
And
is
it
like,
won't
that's
work
not
for
his
me, baby.
fault. He was
Hey,
just
now
Take
you
that
can
up
talk
with
about
God.
And God made a girl for you too. It ain't me.
Take that up with God, please.
But what if he get the job done though?
No,
Like,
you don't get
How,
the job done.
though?
You
I've
might-
not. I've known.
It's
I've
the
like-
known.
stroke.
but
It's
like-
the stroke.
Yeah, I've met
Emotions.
females that said like, I mean, if it's like this, I don't
That's
know.
what I'm
But
saying.
I've met females that said like they've had experience with guys that had like a nice size that didn't know he was doing, and
No,
a dude
that's
that had
true,
a,
that's
like
true,
a
too.
small
But we
one
talk
that
about
got the job.
Little.
Abnormal.
Well, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, no.
You better call Dr. Miami, see if
Uh-uh.
an extension or something.
Hey, yo.
Get 'em
I'm
right.
gonna if that's real.
What, the penis
Shit.
extension?
But they
Yeah.
only could do it like 1 or
Everything is-
2 inches. It don't really be that
Everything-
much
I think
dramatic.
everything is able to be done.
So if it's 3 inches, you ain't
It's
gonna
not-
be nothing but 5.
It's not worth it. At that
I
point.
don't think that's not. That's well, maybe 4. I don't
Might as
know.
well just use your mouth. That's it.
No, yeah. But that's all for today, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed episode 4 of Being Blunt. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. Give us your feedback. Give us your questions, your advice. Tune into our Instagram stories weekly and stay tuned for next week's episode.
We out.